Most morning routines tell you to run, meditate, or journal before you do anything else. That's great advice for some people, but if you're a creative, that advice might actually be holding you back. Today, I'm sharing the morning routine that flips the whole script, one where art comes first, before you finish your coffee, before emails, before the world comes knocking. And let me tell you, it completely transformed my level of happiness, my productivity, and my time in the studio. Maybe it'll do the same for you. Here's the problem with standard routines. Everywhere you look, it's the same list. Wake up early, lace up your sneakers, meditate, journal. Then maybe you finally get to your creative work. But here's the thing. As a painter, I realized those routines were draining my best hours. By the time I finally got to the easel, my creativity had already been tapped. Creativity doesn't wait politely in line. It's sharpest when your mind is fresh, uncluttered. Now, full disclosure, I don't bounce out of bed in the morning. I used to shuffle straight to the coffee pot and turn on the morning TV to ease into the day. Back when I worked in an office, that kind of slow start was nothing more than a dream. But once I became a full-time artist, in control of my schedule, I noticed something unsettling was creeping in. This low-level anxiety, like I was wasting the best part of my day. So I tried the advice, exercise, meditate, journal. And for me, nothing changed. Journaling was supposed to free my creativity, but honestly, the idea of my innermost thoughts lying around in a notebook for someone else to read someday, big yikes. And once morning hours are gone, they're gone. Suddenly it's emails, phone calls, errands, scrolling, all kinds of demands from everywhere. And when I finally got to my painting around 3 p.m., my energy was tanked. I'd just be hitting flow when it was already time to stop and make dinner. Sound familiar? Here's what finally lifted the anxiety. Making art the first priority. Before errands, before emails, before scrolling on the phone. When you give your best energy to your creativity, you build momentum for everything else. And here's the sciencey part. Making art actually releases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that lift your mood, calm your stress, sharpen your focus. You start your day already winning. So here's what it looks like for me. I wake up around 6 o'clock. The Tucson sun is already up. I grab a glass of water, coffee, and head straight to the easel. I keep a separate stand for those so I don't accidentally dip my paintbrush in them. Then I do a little stretching and it's go time. Here's where it starts. I plan my morning project the night before. Now my studio is always set up and waiting. Brushes out, canvas is ready. I plan what I hope to accomplish, though, on a particular project the night before. That way, I skip the friction and just start. Don't have a dedicated studio? No problem. Even if you're working at the kitchen table, just lay out your supplies the night before. When you wake up, sit down and dive in. And listen, it doesn't have to be hours. 15 minutes is magic. Sometimes it's sketching, sometimes a single layer of paint. The goal isn't to finish, it's simply to begin. Here's how it changes your day. Once I made art first mornings my default, everything shifted. I felt energized, centered, more productive. Instead of squeezing art into leftover scraps of time, it became the anchor of my day. And those small daily sessions, they add up fast. Even a few brush strokes, those move your work forward more than waiting for that mythical big free block of time. By the time I've finished that first brush stroke, I already feel like I've won the day. Do I do this perfectly every single day? Nope. Life happens. Kids, travel, appointments. But aiming for at least 3 non-negotiable art-first mornings a week has made a massive difference in my well-being. And hey, if you love running, meditating, journaling, do those too, just after your art. So let me ask you, what's the very first thing you do when you wake up? Could you imagine putting art before everything else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you start your day. And if this sparks something for you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with another creative who might need a little morning inspiration, because remember, your creativity deserves your best energy, not what's left over.